the show and talk about some of her solo projects on the go is the very talented and beautiful Nancy Wilson. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Thank you very much.
You know, I've been a fan of yours since Dreamboat Annie, 1976, and I have a lot of questions to ask about Heart, but I think we should start with the reason you are here. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, absolutely. I'm here for two reasons, actually. To promote my new single called All for Love, from the soundtrack of the movie, which I'm also here to help promote, called Say Anything, that I also worked on the scoring music for, and my husband happens to have written and directed. Now, how's that for a run-on sentence?
I just saw your video for the first time this morning. It's wonderful. Did you have much say in the making of it?
Well, actually, yeah. We tried to get the right director to do, you know, kind of something a little bit different from a Heart video, since it is for a movie. And so we decided to put, like, the props from the movie, like the car and the boombox and a lot of the clothes and things from the movie in the video on the set. And, of course, the phone booth and the rain, you know. And so, yeah, it was great. It was only a one-day shoot, which usually takes 2 or 3 days, so it was fun for me. I just got to jump around and, you know, do my thing. So, well, do you want to play it? Well, okay. Well, here it is. It's my new video from the movie Say Anything. It's called All for Love. In your eyes, there's
I'll be right back with my special guest, Nancy Wilson.
And Sam's pick of the week.
Special guest, Nancy Wilson of Heart. And now it's time for me to feature my pick of the week, but before we get to that, Nancy, I thought it would be really nice if you could give some advice to the people listening out there on how to make it in the business. I mean, you've been around for a long time, you're a survivor, so...
Yeah, a survivor. Well, let's see. There's either one of two things I could say to that. Either turn back, don't do it, or if you're really, really serious about getting out there and doing it, never take no for an answer. Keep going. It is a lifelong process. I mean, I'm still learning how to do it. So, you know, don't give up.
Good advice. Okay, it's time for my pick of the week. And this week, I pick a singer-songwriter from...
Sam and I will be right back with the number 4 video hits.
Tuning in. I'm Samantha Taylor, and my special guest today is Nancy Wilson of Heart. Now, Nancy, besides being involved with Heart, you've also pursued a bit of an acting career.
A bit of an acting career, yeah.
You've had some roles in Fast Times at Ridgemount High and also The Wildlife.
That's true.
And you're also working on a project called Dream Friends.
That's right.
I'd like to know more about that.
Yes, as a matter of fact, I've been trying to get this thing off the ground. It's an animated feature, actually, with a rock and roll soundtrack. And I've been trying to get it made, you know, get it going for like the last 6 or 7 years. So I finally took it to Steven Spielberg's company called Amblin, and they said, okay. And so now we're about to sign the deal and get started and get a whole bunch of, you know, artists starting to draw frame by frame for the animated movie called Dream Friends. And it's real exciting for me because it's another chance to stretch out into some new areas musically. And I couldn't be happier about it. I really couldn't.
Are there any solo projects on the go for you right now besides Dream Friends?
Well, actually, there's a lot going on right now. There's the new Heart album. Then after that is Anne's solo album, and my Dream Friends soundtrack album, which I guess you could qualify as a solo album. And I just signed a solo deal with Capitol for more solo albums. So, I mean, take your pick. It's all happening.
Congratulations.
I guess it's just when it all happens. We don't know exactly what. We know the Heart album's next, for sure. And Dream Friends coming along and all that, so.
Tell me a little bit about your solo signing. How many albums are they planning on doing?
Well, they have. I just signed this yesterday. They have an option, I guess, for like 7. They can choose if they want 7, you know, on an album by album basis type of a thing. I don't profess to be a business person really, but I felt flattered that they would, you know, have that much interest. No problem there. So can't complain.
Nancy, I want to ask you more about Heart, but before we get to that, how about you introducing this next video?
I would love to do that, because I like this very much, and it's also number 4 video this week. By Was Not
We're almost out of time, but before we say goodbye, how about giving us a brief update on what Heart are up to?
Well, Heart is up to a whole lot of things. We've been off the road for 8 months now, so everybody's raring to go. And we've been writing songs. We've been rehearsing in the studio. We have like 15 new songs now. And we're still writing more to choose from since it's going to be more CD-oriented now.
Mm-hmm.
We can actually put more songs on. So that's happening and coming along. I think the album should be out probably at the end of summer or early fall.
What about any names yet? Tossing around with some names?
Well, I don't know. There's one title I really like in it that's High Romance, which is kind of, you know, means a lot of different things. So maybe, I don't know, it's kind of up in the air.
Well, it sounds great. Listen, we're going to end today's show with a song that was quite successful for you. It's called What About Love, which was written by a few friends of mine,
right.
Sharon Alton and Brian Allen and Jim Valance, who is the songwriting partner for Bryan Adams.
Right, right.
I understand you met Sharon and Brian.
Yes, we did.
Where'd you meet them?
We met them last time we played here in Toronto. In Toronto. One of these cities, one of these places. And they were really great to us. We were going like, thank you for writing this song, because it was really huge for us. And they were such sweet people, unusual in this business, to meet really great people, you know. And so well, hopefully we were nice enough back to them in the meantime. So you think about playing the video?
Yeah, I think we should end the show with it.
Okay.
Well, thank you very much for coming on.
Thank you.
And here's What About Love from Heart.